It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Feedback Monday. If you guys do not know how to submit feedback, all you have to do is go to the link inside of the comment section. There is the Discord server that I will go ahead and pin. You then go to where it says submit feedback in the game feedback section, and then you go into any single chat. I usually like to use off topic because this is the one that does not get used that much. You go ahead and paste that command, and then it'll have like this little pop-up that comes up there. After you click on that, it'll just go ahead and fill out this command, and then you just click enter, and then this little pop-up will have it where you can submit your feedback, and then you just click submit afterwards. We are not alone though. We have over here a what is it? A tournament demon, I would say, because you've done pretty well in some of the time. Well, I would also say like a hit demon too. But you've done pretty well in some of your past tournaments, except for that one that we won't talk about. We all have one tournament that we just kind of like look away to the side when people mention it. But yes, thank you for
even
joining.
if it just so happens to be my duo's land grab tournament.
I didn't even think. Are you even able to join your own tournament? I would assume it's against the rules,
yeah.
right? You are. You can.
If you want to, you can.
What?
You cannot receive prizing from it, but you can enter it.
That's
Your
extra
teammates
fucked up then.
can receive prizing.
Well, because you're gonna get the skin anyways if you are getting the skin. I guess that makes sense. You can't double dip. Okay. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and look at some of these feedbacks, and we're starting off with I don't even know if I would count this as like a hot take anymore. This is just like common at this point. And again, it's the reason why I feel like we 100% just need a downvote option. But the game urgently needs to prevent closed groups with a maximum of 2 players from level A4 onwards. It is impossible to play because high-ranked players are forming teams with low-ranked players to climb the rank. This is dude, like, okay, we are like busting. We're busting out of the gate with like conspiracy theories, dude. I have never heard someone be like, oh dude, hold on, I gotta go poach some of these lower ranks so that way I can climb easier. Like, I have never heard that before. That is actually insane.
Source, I made it up.
Almost all matches have 3 players in A rank and 1 player lost in the D ranking. We need an option to view the profiles of the players we were matched with because it's almost certain that the vast majority are bots. This part, yes. I think that we need just like a removal of bots from ranked. The reporting system needs feedback so we know what happens to those who we report, and also better reporting options because the one available feel like they do not fit what is needed. Well, I think there's also like an other section that you could fill out if you want. But this is like I've said it in the past, right? And we've seen it for other issues that have come up. Like, what is it? A very easy example is the Dragon Ball acquiring mission, right? People see that you or the Dragon Shell mission. People see that you have to get the Dragon Shell, and then they see that people are forfeiting, and they'll be like, okay, well then we should just have it where there's no forfeits if you like get like triple bossed, or if there's 3 towers gone, or if this happens, or if this condition happens, that you shouldn't be able to forfeit at all, because then after that point, then it'll be so much easier to do this rather than just looking at the mission itself and being like, either remove this mission from the game or have it where like the mission is counted. Like, let's say that if a team forfeits, the Dragon Shell damage is split evenly, so everyone gets like 2,500 damage. Like, I don't know why everyone always goes for the nuclear option of just like remove groups from ranked, you know? Like, the easiest solution that I would see is just have it where like duos and solos and squads all have separate queues. Other games have it where it's like that. I don't really see anyone really complaining about it in those games, so to not really follow that formula is a little bit silly in my opinion. But what do you think about it? Like, what's your take on this?
I think best case scenario there are the separate queues for like like 2 players and like solo queue players and group players. But also think the problem with that is there are not that many people that play Gekishin, especially like at a high level. Like you
Right.
kind of just run into the same S rank players a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how successful something like that would actually be, and I feel like queue times would be really bad. But like on paper, that's the best idea, I think. I definitely don't think we should just prevent people from being able to be in 4 stacks. Like that just like obliterates high level play. Like there's no way to practice for tournaments anymore.
No, silly. Obviously, what you had to do is go into casual. Yeah. Everyone loves casual.
You're right. We have to be quick battle demons.
That's true. Like it's funny too because again, this is like a common opinion, and I don't know why it's so common, right? Because like, okay, even if you even if you're like, oh well, I am a person who doesn't really like wants to go into this server and find people that I have to like go out of my way to talk with, and I don't want to like have to go into like the find friends or the looking for group channels, because I'm the same way. I don't necessarily like going out of my way to try to find new people. I usually just stick around with the group that I got, and if I do find anyone new, it's no longer from places like this, right? But I have met people from here. I met J Shock from here. I met who else was it? I met Arctic from here. I met there was like a couple of other people that I've not only had on the channel but also just played regularly with, that the only reason why I knew them was because of this server. And even if you are a person who just doesn't like going over here and like having it where you're talking to brand new people in this way, there's so many other things that they could do. Like have it where it's like, okay, well, have it where if you're solo queuing and you find a really good teammate and that teammate's like a solo queue demon, and or like they're stacking up, have it where you can add them. It's still very dumb that we don't have a system to add someone after the game is over. It's weird. Like it should already be a thing, but it's just not. And I feel like that's also like another easy solution of trying to find new people, rather than be like, oh no, you can only play with 2 people. It's only you and your duo queue, and that's it. Like I don't know. It's, of course, like I also know that Gekishin Squadra doesn't have like the biggest fan base. I am content with knowing that at this point, and I do think that it would make queue times a little bit higher, or like a decent amount higher, if we just split the queues into 3 groups, or even just 2 groups of like solo and duos, while full stacks only go up against full stacks. At the same time, it's like, I also think that might also just be a reason why people are being driven away. Where if it had a separate thing just for solo queues, I feel like some people might stay a little bit more than what it is now. It does suck though, because I do agree with both of these, and then it's just like, this is just something I can't like. I don't want them getting the wrong message. I'm gonna like this message, and then Gekishin Squadra devs are gonna be like, dual queues only. Like, dude, I don't, please. I like my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Buff ideas for baby. When you use your possession and your own HP is full, increase lifesteal to 50%. And cover fire will now target all enemies in range. Finger Blitz Barrage can restore armor on enemy hit, and you can use it during possession. At 50% damage, Finger Blitz Barrage will now do more damage the closer the enemy is. Rush Attack will now be changed to be Hold and Release to instead Cover Fire Barrages. The range increase after position will now last longer, and also Revenge Blast will display an icon number to show how many times you hit an enemy with it. This would be pretty cool because Revenge Blast has it where like the next time you use the ult, it does more damage if you hit someone. So this would be like a nice idea, I would say. I don't know. I think it would be cool if it was one or the other. I think adding both of these would be a little bit absurd. Like if your HP is
The
full,
cover fire buff would be very good for the game, I think.
yeah. Because if your HP is full, and then like maybe instead of 50%, this was increased to like, because we already saw how Baby was during the alpha, and when we were in Project Multi, when he had his 50%, he was absurdly like disgustingly broken to the point where they had to like demolish him when the game actually came out. He was one of the season 0 victims, if you will, that just like got gutted. So I think having it where it goes back to 50% might be a bit much, but I do like the idea of it being tied to your HP being full. So I think probably like 40% maybe, or this, either one, but probably not both. I also think Baby, like his skill 1 is so nothing. It's such a nothing burger that it would be nice if it restored like a small amount of armor. I feel like I don't know if again, I don't know if it needs to be used when you're possessing. Rather, I think just having it where it restores armor, because I don't want them to do too many Baby buffs and then he's too insanely broken. I'd rather the other tanks just get lowered than him get like 30,000 buffs. I do like the overall like sentiment of this though. This is like really good buff ideas. Just maybe just lower the numbers down just a little bit here and there. What are you thinking though? Because you used to play a lot of DPS and technical, but I don't think you played tank like too much, right?
No, but when I did play tank, I did play Baby. So, I also never played during beta 2, so I didn't get to see 50% lifesteal Baby in action. But I've heard that he was like a menace and a demon, and he like ruined the game. So I think we need to be very careful with that 50% HP number, even if it's at full HP.
Right.
It would definitely be more balanced that way, but like it's still no guarantee it wouldn't be like stupid.
Right.
Especially if you're like going inside of Broly at full HP at the beginning of an interaction and you pop your ult in their face, like you're just invincible, I guess. Restore armor on enemy hit. I like the armor on the skill 1. The skill 1's kind of really bad. It's only the push tool right now. It doesn't really do anything else. It just kind of pushes them and deals some damage to farm. Rush attack will change. Cover fire barrages. I like the idea of adding something new to the actual cover fire as well. But I don't know if we should add something new to the cover fire and make it hit all enemies. I feel like it's one or the other, probably. It needs some kind of help. And then the Revenge Blast thing, that just seems like a net positive for the game. That just seems really good. Like, I mean, if we have a mechanic that's based on hitting enemies, it should be clearly displayed, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And because I just pulled up his nerfs from when the game released. His skill 2 went from 100% movement speed to 75% when you did it. The cooldown also got longer, but then they reverted that, I believe. His skill 3, the HP recovery, went from every second to every 0.75 seconds. His possession time was shortened from 8 to 6 seconds, and then the life steal went from 50% to 25%. So yeah, I don't think they'll go back to 50% just because of how it was before. But wait, 50% max level possession. What if instead it was like 20%, 35%, and then 50% when it's maxed out? But only when your HP is full. I think that could be pretty interesting if it was like that. Because right now, like I said, it's just 25% at level. Well, no matter what level it is. But I like this idea though. Oh yeah, leftover missions. I still think that this is like an insane thing that they just have leftover missions at the end of the battle pass, and then they don't do anything. They literally just sit there, and it does nothing. Like you can do them, and then it's like it's just sitting there. Uh
Yeah.
if it was converted into Zenny, that would be pretty nice. Or if you could just like get extra hero memory, or even just both. You know, there's other battle passes that give you leftover stuff. I don't know why Gekishin Squadra doesn't really just copy from that. I feel like that would be like an easy thing to do. Or maybe they'll do it where it's whatever currency that you can buy the new characters with when the Star Collection is changed. That would be pretty nice.
That
Like,
would be
you can-
very nice.
Yeah, you just get like extra character coins or whatever it would be. I understand that for better or worse, bot teammates aren't going anywhere, so that way it doesn't take an eternity to get into a match, but can we at least get improvements to the AI so that it's not automatic loss when they're on the team? Have them not suicide rush towers when Zeno shows up. Have them not ram their head into towers while Zeno is there until they die. Have them go for bosses and ult them when they're under a certain HP percentage. Have them immediately stop getting back farm and defend towers when someone's trying to get a Gekishin burst or max burst. I don't know if it's possible. Can you guys maybe cherry pick data from certain matches and feed it into them so they can copy how real players act? I would rather them just take out bots entirely, because like while there are going to be an issue with longer queue times, I think this is like a double-edged sword in a case, because it's just like, okay, sure, you get longer queue times, but then you hate the game. So you're not going to want to come back to the game if every single time that you're trying to play, you're just getting bots. Sure, you could be having an instant queue or even a max at like 1 minute queue. But me personally, I'd rather just wait for that like 5-10 minutes sometimes, rather than just being having like a bot on my team that has no idea what it's doing and is just throwing the entire time. And bots are always going to be flawed as well, so I think they should just remove them. Like, I don't see a reason that they exist when we now have a specific queue just for CPU battles. Like, it's just silly to me. What do you think, though?
So I believe the way bots currently work in the game is that there aren't any bots in S rank games, but there are bots in A rank games. I believe is how it works. I feel like if there are going to be bots in the game, they should be in like D and E rank lobbies, and like starting at C rank, they should not really exist.
Yeah.
Just to help those people get into like matches when they're first starting the game or whatever, because obviously they're not going to notice as much when the quality of games is that low. I just feel like if bots are going to exist, they should not be up in A rank games, because A rank is where you're obviously trying to really learn the fundamentals of the game and get into being able to play S rank.
Right.
I just feel
Especially
like
because
bots are negative for the game overall.
especially because like you could always set the difficulty lower for the bots when it comes to like D ranks and C ranks and people who have just started the game. I think after like probably C or B ranks is when the cutoff should be, where it's just like you won't see a single bot. At least personally.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would probably set it as. If they are trying to do it so that way people can like kind of get into it without like immediately going into like tryhards or people who are like smurfing or something like that. I think that'd be fair. Remove the feature that punishes the this is so fucking stupid. Like they came out with the news, and I think it was it was either developer letter or it was one of the patch notes. Let me see if here we go. Season 3.1 patch notes. Standard battle changed so when the game is voided because the player is AFK, the player's rank points are decreased. A system has been added that applies penalty to rank points to change after a battle. If a player goes AFK during the battle, a new system has been added to reduce the rank point loss from a defeat with players with high contribution, and there is a large difference in contribution among players on the same team. when I first read this, I was like, oh my god, AFK players are going to be punished, because now if there is like a huge gap of like battle score between one player and another, they can finally look at that and be like, okay, there was clearly someone who was just throwing the entire game. We can make it where that those people don't suffer that much of a loss. But then now we know how the system works. The part where it's like a system that has been added that applies a penalty. No, sorry, not that one. The change is so when the game is voided because the player is AFK, the player's rank points are decreased. That just means that anyone who is in that match who was on the team of the AFK player, every single person suffers, which I think is fucking stupid. Before, only the person who was AFK would suffer, and now it's everyone. And I don't understand why, because that's not how it used to work. They changed it for no reason. Like it's just stupid. I get it if maybe like a very niche scenario of, let's say someone is dodging and they don't want like their entire team to lose points, so they're just like, okay, I'll just take the fall and then you guys will just you guys won't lose your rank points, but I will. But that, like, I feel like that does not even happen like even 10% as much as people just disconnecting or throwing or anything like that, and that player just left the game, and then you're just fucked for that entire time. Like I don't know why they changed it in the way that they did, especially on top of that too, because the bottom part where it's like a new system has been added, so that way if you have a hive contribution, you lose less points. I had it where there was like a game where J-Shock disconnected because they had to I don't remember, like they just got busy in real life, and him and I had like a 50,000 like battle score disparity because they left like mid-match, and then we played for like another 3 minutes, and it still took as many points away from me as it did from him. Like it's so dumb. The AFK system that they have right now is so dumb. I hate it. Have you ever had to like deal with that though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know why.
That is one of those problems with the game where when it happens, I just don't want to play for the rest of the day. Like I'll be on like a win streak and I'll just have someone go AFK mid match, and it's just like I enjoy that you still get the match voided if someone goes AFK in the first minute or whatever. Like that's great, but why am I eating like a 23 rank point loss because someone went AFK 5 minutes into the game? Like that's not my fault.
You're right.
And I know they removed it to try and like reduce dodging or whatever. I know that's why, but I think there's got to be a better way to do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, I just don't feel like it happens even 10% as much as the like someone just disconnects unintentionally, or again, like life happens and all that. I don't get it. I don't get why they put that much effort into it. Oh yeah, here we go. This has happened. Like I read it. This has been like you don't understand. I when I did the last feedback, this guy was here too every single day. I've passed his message like 4 times. I gotta find it right here. Day 5, Chaiotzu technical.
Yep.
Day 4, here we go. Chaiotzu technical. What do you think about them adding a Chaiotzu to the game?
I think like hardly anyone is gonna buy that character. It would be cool for him to get representation though. Like I think Chaozu's a good character. I just don't know how successful he would be. And it feels like the pattern of the game ever since like season 1 they released Topo and like hardly anyone cared. And then ever since they've just released like these big hitter hype characters, and now we're dropping Vegito in a random season. Like it feels like they have to drop characters that are high demand to keep up players in the game because of how like specific this game is and how little people actually play it. Like I feel like they have to make sure that all three characters are relatively exciting. And I don't know
Yeah,
that people are going to be freaking out about Chaiotzu.
I've said it. I said it in the previous week, but I was like, I'm gonna be honest. Chaiotzu is just not hype. And to the people
Yeah.
who have it where Chaiotzu is hype for them, that's entirely fine. But like any Saiyan, any will demolish Chaotzu's sales, right? Which is why I came up with the idea of having it where they do like a batch of characters for a season. So like this next season is the Earthlings season. So it's Tien and Chaozu. And then like it comes in a bundle for like 250 gems, right? And then the next after 2 weeks, the next one is like Master Roshi and Yamcha. And then like the next week is like I don't know, maybe like Kid Krillin and Kid Goku or something like that, right? I think that would be much more realistic and much better than just releasing Chaozu by itself. Because I don't know, man. I don't know if Chaozu for 2 weeks would hold anyone.
They are not going to go for Saiyan Day. Here is Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Here's Goku Black. And for our technical, here is Chaozu. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, we looked at what everyone wanted for half anniversary, and we are dropping Chaozu. it shows the
trailers him blowing up.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like Tien dropping, and then like a little bit after it's Chaozu being like, "You got this, Tien," and then he blows up. that would be insane. Chaozu when he has to go up against Boss Nappa and Bottom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they could even make it like a duo card at that point, or a duo character. I'm too Dokkan brained, but like they could make that like a Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. It's Tien and Chaozu. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Add Broly from Dragon Ball Super. Have them be a tank and have their super from form. I thought I read that wrong. Work like Kale's super form. That could be kind of cool. And then
I think that would be neat.
What I would honestly like to see is have it where instead of it just being like a carbon copy of Kale, maybe make it where like it gives him a temporary boost to all of his abilities. Kind of like a Kaioken that like just works for like 10 seconds. So it's like
you can even make it like transformations in the game. The way they work is they give you 30% stats. You could make it like slightly stronger than that, but at the like drawback to where you can't use it consistently.
Yeah.
So it could be like 40% or 45 or something like that. But it goes on cooldown after it wears off.
I'm surprised, dude. Hold on. This is easy agenda right here. Look at this. Add Broly from Super. 3 likes. Add Chaozu. 6 likes. That's double. That's double the hype.
Oh
I think we have a clear winner here. Look at this. Who gives a fuck about Evil Boo Super Boo? It's Chaozu time. 6 likes. It's Chaozu time. I would really like a Boo though. Like I've said in the past. Well, no, I think I said this privately, but if they had like a Super Boo that was able to steal abilities from like any character, I think that would be so hype. Like after you kill the character, similar to Baby, you like possess them, but then like you get temporarily stronger until that person comes back, and then like you're like one of your abilities that transforms into theirs. Like let's say skill 1 is always what transforms into theirs. That'd be so cool. I'm trying to think of like what that wouldn't work for, but I can't think of a single, like I guess Go Tanks like would look weird if you skill 1 and then like Subaru just starts beating you up. But I don't know. I think it would be very interesting if Super Boo just like copied your stuff. They could also just do Kid Boo. Kid Boo in Gekishin Squadra before Dokkan would be insane.
I had a crazy idea for Super Boo that I cooked up one night. So in Pokemon Unite, I don't know if you've ever played it. It's another MOBA, obviously. Mew has an ability where mid-match you can change your skill set. So my idea was, what if Boo forgoes having a traditional ultimate, and his ultimate swaps which character he absorbs, right? Because all three of the characters he absorbs are in the game, like Piccolo, Gotenks, and Gohan. They're all in the game. So what if you had Boo have like one generic skill, but then he randomly, when you pop his ult, picks one of those three characters, and now you have some of their skills. Obviously, you couldn't make them like exactly as good. Like you can't just give him ultimate Gohan skill too, but like you could like tone it down some, make the range lower, make it more balanced, and like have him do that, and then you could have like you can have him have Gotenks' Ghost and Gotenks' Skill 1, and then you can have him have Light Grenade and like Hellzone Trap. You could like use those other skills of the characters as like a cyclable thing.
That'd be pretty sick, I feel like. And there's nothing stopping them from not just copying ideas from other games. Like that's an easy slam dunk, I feel like. Please give us some sort of reply on our in-game. Yes. Again, this is also just another thing that I feel like they should just... I don't know why they don't give feedback when your reports work. Or maybe they do and none of our reports work. What kind of ranking groups are these? Expecting me to get 500 rank points, aka 25 wins if I'm lucky, just to get the top 10 and get rewards that aren't scraps. On a similar note, the current rank rewards aren't very incentivizing, especially considering how whack the capsule rates are. Well, the thing is that like group rankings are supposed to be if you're like playing consistently. It's supposed to be something that incentivizes you to just continuously play, right? Even when I haven't played, I've still gotten like top 20 in my group. But I feel like top 10 isn't like the hardest thing to do. That being said, I will agree that the rewards are pretty bad. I think that like they should probably make it where like top 5 get like a SG capsule, like just one of the gold capsules, and then like I don't know, 5 of the season capsules at the time. But the rewards themselves are pretty bad, I would say. What do you think though? Because what would you add?
I believe right now it's like what 5 like season capsules for first or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like 1,000 Zenny.
Or maybe it's 10. It's 5 or 10.
I think it's 5.
Yeah, like some Zenny. Like at the very least, we should be giving more Zenny than that. But like best case scenario, you should get like 20 like season capsules. I think for being number 1 in your group ranking. Like I think there should be a little bit more motivation to actually go for that instead of it just being like an extra thing. Because there aren't enough incentives in this game to actually log on every single day and play. That's one of the problems with this game, I think. You finish your battle pass 2/3 into the season with the second character release, and then for the third character release, you have no more battle pass things to do if you've actually been playing the game. So you're just sitting here in limbo, like, oh, the only reason I would log on is if I really like playing the new character, if I just love the game. And I think there needs to be more incentives to get on every single day and play, and I feel like that would help at least some. It doesn't fix the issue, but like, I don't know, it just helps.
Yeah, but again, it's as simple as just giving people more reasons to play, because as of right now, there's literally nothing that you can get daily. There's just the battle pass that ends super early, like how you said. There's characters that are on the third character release. I feel like the third character is always the weakest character as well, so it's even more of a dead period than usual, right? Like season 1, for example, had it where it was Topo, who was the last character. Who cares, right? And then we go into the next season, and what was the season? What was the last character for season 2?
It was Broly.
Bro, okay, well,
Broly's
shit,
more
I
exciting
was
than
wrong.
Ultimate Gohan, I feel like.
I'm always wrong, Chud. But I feel like I feel like usually is the last characters is not as hype because then for example for this season it was Kefla, and Kefla compared to the other 2 characters who were released earlier, I feel like would have more fans for them than Kefla. But I don't know. I again though, they definitely should increase like the rewards for that. Fix the loading screen glitch. I think they're saying like way right before battle starts when that happens. I'll just
sometimes it stutters there for a while, I think.
I'm not gonna thumbs it up only because I feel like they should just clarify what they meant. Oh, isn't this what you were saying?
Oh, this is what I was talking about. I was talking about this. I was talking about how.
Oh, we found your ult account. We found your ult account. Sorry, go ahead.
For Pokemon Unite, there's a website made by the players that actually pulls data straight from the game, and it tells you every character's win rate, how often they've won during like the last few weeks. It tells you the most common builds. It tells you all that. I feel like this game should have some kind of resource like that, and I feel like it would take so much work to have a player-made one. I feel like if devs just cared more about getting us that kind of data, because this is like one of the least transparent MOBAs I've ever seen. They don't give us numbers. They don't give us any of that. Half the characters' kits don't even explain themselves correctly. Like, I think we need more resources from the devs like this that will help us. Like, even just like new players. Like, if you're a new player and you care about being good at the game, it helps to have resources like tier lists and like all that stuff. But just having raw numbers is obviously going to be way more or way less biased than someone's tier list, and it's going to be a lot more informative. And I think resources like that aren't really existent for this game, and it would help the play rate of the game and help more players get on if there's more resources for it.
Right, even if they had like for divine combo cards as well, and showed like what divine combo cards are the most used for a lot of these characters as well. That'd be so cool because I know that for a fact that we're not going to be able to see like the pick rates for some of these for some of this, but having it where Gekishin Squadra went ahead and gave us like the actual information would just be so much easier than having to guess. Because like, okay, if you told me during the first Squadra Blast that one of the highest picked, no, not the highest picked, one of the highest win rates characters was Topo, I would have said you're lying. Now, if you told me out of the top 5 teams that 3 of them had Topo on it, I would also say you're lying. But that's what happened. So, clearly, like there's something that they are collecting data for, because why else would they know that? So, to just make it more transparent.
They have the numbers on all of this. They have to.
Right. It's very weird. They don't publicly disclose more of this stuff. Like it's so true. Truth nuke right here. It just it could be so easily fixed if we, again, a lot of people would stop complaining.
That terrifies me.
Oh no, it does. I feel like that is like, it's like the lesser of 2 evils though. We either have people tell us that we need duos to be the max, or you have to add voice chat. So which way do you want to go? Do you want to be told the most horrible stuff in your life, or do you never want to be able to play with your friends again? Or both. At least the add friends button, I think, should
this one
just
has
be
12.
I enjoyed playing the game, and it's been my obsession as of late. I'd like to suggest possibly adding more tiers to the battle pass, or having an end of battle pass exchange system. After purchasing the battle pass and completing the first 4-ish weeks of missions, there's nothing left to gain, and the things can feel stagnant. Maybe the remaining battle pass points from the following weeks can be exchanged for any hero memories or even capsules or gems. Might be a big ask, but I feel like a little more rewards and gain more after the battle pass is said and done. Yeah, like it. Even other ones have it where it's like you can gain either capsules or gems for their respective games as well. Because Gekishin Squadra is like one of the only battle passes that I could think of as of late that you don't get the entirety of the battle pass currency back for completing the whole thing. I think like Marvel Rivals also has it, but I still think that Marvel Rivals gives you more premium currency percentage based than Gekishin Squadra, because Gekishin Squadra gives you like, what is it? I think it's like 200 back or like 180 something versus you getting like, I think it's like 800 or 900 that you get with Marvel Rivals. It's something weird, but regardless, they just need to add more rewards. And it's like how we said earlier, where it's like once you get to the end of the battle pass, a lot of people just don't want to play anymore because what's the reason? I'm already A rank in all of my ranks, so I already have the rewards for the season. On top of that, there's literally no reason for me to go for top like 1000 other than like a shiny emblem, and that's it. There's no reason to continue doing the battle pass missions because they do literally nothing. So why should you play versus just logging on, getting like your Zenny from the shop and then just logging off? Like it's very silly. I like all these ideas though. I think that all of them are pretty cool. What do you think though?
Yeah, I think that everything in this feedback is just like a net positive for the game. Like the game just needs more incentive to actually play it. There needs to be, like, obviously with something like a battle pass, you're spending money on it. They're expecting you to spend money on it. You should be getting your value out of it, and there's no reason it should be ending before 1/3 of the season has even begun. Like that last 1/3 of the season, like 2/3 into the season, you're done. You're done with the battle pass. You've been playing the game and doing everything. Like usually you can get done before that third character comes out. So you just have nothing for like the last third of the season. You just like don't have anything to do other than just play because you want to get better or play because you enjoy it.
Right.
I just think there needs to be more incentive to play the game. That's one of the biggest issues with the game.
Yeah. They should like they after every single win they should just have like a big pop-up that's like, good job.
You stunned those guys 20 times. Good job.
Hell yeah. Shock Troop, what is it? Shock Troop Captain or something like that? That the one of the
here we
accolades
go.
are. Yeah, that's me. I did that.
Oh, here we go.
You might need to avert your eyes real quick. Look away. Hold on.
Okay.
Please extend the cooldown on Hit's dimensional infiltration skill. It can be easily abused in this game and it's not fun for other players. Hey, what is there something behind you? Anyways. I believe that Hit is probably one of the most. I will kneel and I will tell you that he is not the most. I'll concede on that he is not the most toxic, but he is easily one of the higher toxic characters in this game. So me personally, the thing I don't like gameplay wise about Gekishin Squadra the most is the ability to stun, because you just put down your controller, you go for like a nice walk, you could come back and you're still getting like infinite stunned with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Kid Gohan. Who else is like a big stunner? I would say, Hit. Like all of these characters are just stopping you from playing the game. Is such an unfun thing. But I also think that the ability to just like be invisible is so unbelievably toxic as well.
His entire kit is built around him being concealed. If you got that, you ruin the character.
I know. I would never like that. I can't decide. I'll let it slide. I'm gonna have a single tear go down my eye, but I'll let it slide. I remember there used to be a feature in which you wouldn't. Yep. Fucking bullshit. Actual, just stupid thing that they removed.
They had
for
it
no reason.
perfect. They had it perfect.
Well, no, because people.
And they got it.
It's so weird, right? Since they added this feature, I have not seen a single person complain about AFK people. They've all complained about the system that they put in for AFK people. No one cares that your teammate's going AFK anymore. We're just caring that we're suffering now because of it.
The good players in this game are not dodging. They're grinding the game all day. They're not dodging it.
Yeah. It is funny though, but it's also this popular of an opinion. I think we need more diverse matches. Every match is the same. Yeah. 3 damage characters because they are 2 OP. Every match is Kefla, Android 18.
Wait, that's a crazy sneak. That's a generational sneak. Oh my god.
Hold on, I gotta wipe my eyes a little bit. Hold on. I can't be reading this right.
I have to take off my glasses and clean them like a cartoon character.
Yeah. As I like start wiping my glasses. Hold on. Let's see. Kefla, 2 OP by the way. Kefla, okay. Majub, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Android 18. I feel like one of these is not like the other.
What is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
Dude. Like, they had me, and then they lost me. They lost me midway. I think the funny thing is, though, that if you had to ask me what I would personally do for balancing if I was a part of the Gekishin Squadra team, I think damage is the characters that would probably need it the least right now. If we look at all of the other roles other than DPS, they are all much worse. The number 2 characters in the game are the only ones that are ever chosen. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Bardock. Technical, it is the exact same thing. Where the top characters, where it's like Hit and Ultimate Gohan, are probably the only things you'll ever see. And if you don't have those on your team, then you're at an inherent disadvantage versus your team running like something like if your team is running something like Gotenks and the other team is running Hit, like you just lose the game. It's just how it is. But we go to look at damage, right? And there is so much options that you could use right now that I would think I would just be like, okay, I think this guy could cook. I think that this guy could be pretty good. Broly's good. Gammas are good. I feel like Bojack can probably do some good stuff. Now, I know you might want to close your ears for this, but Super Saiyan Goku, I think, is still able to be used. Super Vegeta is able to be used. Piccolo, Oob. You could probably still get some stuff done pretty well with Kale. Super Saiyan 3 Goku just got his buff, so I haven't tested him out. I've heard good things about him.
He's really bad. He's really bad.
He's still really bad? Okay, well...
Yeah, Super Saiyan 3 Goku's really bad.
All right. I'll since I haven't used him too much, I'll say that he's unusable. Daima Goku is insanely good right now, and Kefla is good, right? There is 1/3 of the options in DPS that are just straight up unusable versus other roles that have it where there is such a higher percentage of that. 1/3 of damage is unusable, while we look at tank and it's more like 2/3. If you are a person who is playing Perfect Cell, if you're a person who is playing Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Vegeta, if you're a person who is playing something like Caulifla and you run into a Bardock or Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you fucking lose that lane. That's just how it be. And then if we go to technical, it's the same thing. Ultimate Gohan, Hit, Kid Gohan, and Android 17 are like the 4 usable options. Boo, Krillin, I guess you could slide Krillin in as being usable. But Boo, First Form, Frieza, and Gotenks are like, if you pick these characters, you are making your team worse. I feel like, because I don't know. I can't necessarily agree that the what's it called? I don't know if I would say DPS is the thing that needs the most adjustments right now. Oob is disgustingly broken, and I do.
Oob and Kefla are both too good.
Yes, I think that both of those characters probably should get adjusted for sure. But at the same time, I think Ultimate Gohan should be adjusted, and I think that Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Bardock should both get adjusted too. Like, that's just what I think though. What would you say that DPS is the role that needs it the most, or what do you think?
DPS is the only role that's consistently been in a healthy position since the game came out. It's consistently had many options to choose from. Like usually, even in like bad metas in this game, there's usually at least like 5 picks you can pick where you're not just completely throwing. Like at least 5. Well, even right now, I would say there's like probably like at least like 6 characters that are really, really good you can pick on DPS. But I think a lot of the problem with the imbalance in the roster in this game is not necessarily because they're not nerfing Ultimate Gohan into the ground and making him terrible. I think it's because they're so terrified to buff all these horrible characters in a way that's genuinely impactful to the game. Like, Oob is one of the only times we've seen that happen, like, to that scale. And even then, they overtuned it so hard that he's a demon. Like, they need to just be okay with taking characters like Super Saiyan Vegeta, Zamasu, like Frieza. They need to be okay with making meaningful buffs to those characters that make them, like, A tier. They don't need to be best in slot. They just need to be, you can play this character and you're not throwing the game. Like, Gotenks and Deborah, like, those characters need help. They try and help Deborah every single patch, and Bro is still always at the bottom. They just don't know how to adjust characters yet in a way that will always consistently impact their placements in the game.
I feel like there's definitely 2 philosophies that they do when it comes to these characters. We either have like some of the bigger changes that we've ever seen, like how it was with Super Saiyan Goku and how he got adjusted pretty heavily, or it's incremental, because 17 is in a really good position right now, and he had like 3 separate buffs that made him good. It wasn't just one. It was like 2 or 3 times over the course of like one entire season that he then became really, really disgustingly good. And then there's other characters like Oob, or back to like how we were talking about with like Super Saiyan Goku. Oob was another character who just got like buffed all at once, and he's really good now. Gambas was another character who just got buffed all at once, and then they're really good now. So I feel like they just need to probably find like a middle ground on that, and maybe not make as big of adjustments, or like take more things into account, because I know for a fact these guys did not think about Oob's ult being able to one-shot everything, because of the fact that because we increased the limit from 60 to 96, that his ult being attached to how much of his charge he has makes it where he does 50% more ult damage now. Like, you cannot tell me they did not. It could not be as wide.
That ult is way too wide, and it goes way too long.
It's too fast, and it's like actual like special beam on crack, in a sense. Like it's too much. But yeah, I think that damage is fine. I think the other 2. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this.
Look
at this.
What's that about solo queue?
Yeah, I get it. Solo queue and horrible solo transcends human language.
And bots.
That I'm giving that one a like. That's funny. Season 4 Namek Saga campaign. Map changed to green Namek to red destroyed Namek as the game progressed. When you destroy like the second boss, if that would have happened, that would be so cool. Instead of Zeno destroying map after some time, it would be Namek blowing up. Changes to win condition. Instead of God of Destruction, it would be Ginyu Force or something.
No, the Ginyu Force need to be on an actual character. Don't say this stuff.
background animations of Goku and Frieza giant silhouettes fighting each other and destroying map as the game progresses. Design of Shenron at the Dragon Shell changed to Porunga. That could be kind of, this is all pretty nice. Like how you said though, I do think that I'd rather just have the Gimme Force
and fundamentally change it each season. They're not gonna do that. Each campaign lasts for each season. They're not gonna change the entire map every season. They don't have the manpower for that.
I'm sorry, but
it would be cool.
It would be cool. I think that Gekishin Squadra needs a map change. We've had this since Project Multi, right? To the point where maybe not every single season, but every major celebration, I think, should be a new map. Like, let's say every 6 months that they change the map. I think that would be entirely fine. Like, half anniversary and then actual anniversary, they change the map. That'd be cool as hell. Let's see. We'll read a couple more and then we'll go ahead and stop. Allow us to roll gacha skins that change the skin of the map. What? Dude, can you imagine being like, please give me Goku doing the what is it?
Give me more gacha slot.
Well, no, I was gonna say, imagine you're like summoning for like the what would be like a really hype character, like Gogeta, that you're summoning for the new Gogeta, and it's like him using the Soul Punisher as his like KO finisher, right? You're like, please give me the KO finisher for Gogeta, and then you get the fucking Big Getty star. I will not be heard of for 3 months, bro. You will not see me on Gekishin Squadra ever again. There should not be maps added to the gacha mechanic. That'd be horrible. Just update the map in general. I think we're slowly catching up to last week. So I believe
Chaiotzu guy's back again.
He's back. Yeah, this is kind of sad. I actually caught up to last week's. I don't think this has ever happened before. This just shows you how dead Gekishin Squadra is. Add rotation capsules. They have a really small chance to give animations that aren't given out anymore. This way we don't have to make more storage for assets that we can't even use, as well as make it so it's because it's like the enemy can still use it or your allies. As well as make it so it's possible so we can get random old helper if we get all S ranks from for each role. This would be cool. Or just make it where you could purchase it with Zenny. Either one. I think this is all good though. We still need some way. I believe I'm a coper for half anniversary, but I really hope that they add some way to give out these old animations again, because there should be no reason why I am suffering with Goku's like really bad intro because I didn't summon when I didn't, because I was like I only have the blue intro. That's it. So I'm a fake Goku fan.
What if for anniversary they ran like missions and you got like almost like how Dokkan does sometimes? You get like a select ticket and you get to pick whatever epic emote you want in the game.
That could be pretty cool. I'd like that as well.
Like, it probably wouldn't be a legendary. It probably would not be a legendary, but like...
No, they could just make it...
are impossible.
Every month, you get 3 tickets. And every month, we'll give you whatever animation that you would have gotten from, like... from 6 months ago, right? So anything from the beginning of the game. And you can use those 3 tickets either to get 1 legendary or like 3 golds. What's the gold again? What's the rarity for it?
Epic.
Epic, yeah. So you need to get 3 epics or 1 legendary. I think that would be pretty cool. Or hell, just tie it to the pity in this game. You cannot tell me that they can't just make it where it's part of the EX token stuff. I will not hear it. They just need to add it
They're
somewhere.
not going to be that generous.
Okay, you were saying this, and that's entirely fine that they're not going to make it part of the EX tokens, but like, come out with EX tokens too. Like Legends did that.
That's what I was saying. I was saying they're not going to incentivize new players just because or old players just because they feel like it. Like they would get the same effect, except more people would spend money if they just make a entirely new currency and say, okay, starting today, you get this currency when you pull, and you can use it to guarantee emotes. They're going to make more money if they do not allow you to use your past currency.
Yeah.
It's just the way that works.
I mean, as long as it was generous enough, and like maybe every 5 multis you can pick a legendary from like days old past, then I would be okay with that. Maybe
Wow,
even
that would be
3.
huge.
Yeah.
Every 5 multis, that would be huge.
Well, considering this is from 6 months ago, and you can't even pull them anymore, I think it's more than fair. But
I still miss the $150 I spent buying sales.
I'm contacting
the
I'm contacting the Gekishin Squadra devs right now. I got them on speed dial. Hello, add this to the game, please. They hung up.
Yeah, can you tell me can you spoil for the class that Chaiotzu's coming next season?
Oh, anyways, that's all the time we have for this week. I hope you guys all have a great history. Thank you for joining. Lucy's stuff is going to your social. I'll make sure to link it inside the comments as well. But thank you for joining. And I hope you guys all have a great week. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.